Hey everybody, Hikiko here. Before we get this started, I just want to point out I am wearing my Vita pen there, my enamel pen. It's got Cat from Gravity Rush and Dusty on there. Solidarity for my Vita brothers out there. Vita means life. Okay, before we get this started, I just want to let you guys know this is a developing story based around a rumor that kicked things off. TheGamer.com, a reputable source that everyone's heard of, reported that an insider told them that the PS3 store, the PSP, and the PS Vita were all going to be shuttered come this summer. Okay, that's where everything got started, where my initial concerns came from, and why it's being widely reported on. Sony has not officially commented on this matter at this point, okay? At the time of this video, Sony has said nothing, okay? That's your important context. An editor from IGN India reached out to me and reached out to some other people that were following this story and had some other contributions to show about this potential problem that could affect millions of PS3 owners. And that's not all. PS4 as well. So I figured the best way I could contextualize this whole thing is by reading the article, because the article does a great job of pointing out some of the potential concerns. And when we get to these moments, I'll kind of give further clarification. And always feel free to leave comments down below, questions. I do my best to answer everything respectfully. Good? All right. So this is from IGN. It was reported today. It says PS3 DRM kills digital games report. If Sony servers go down, so does your digital library. PS4 owners have it worse though. All right. This was written by Rishi Alwani. Rishi reached out to me. Thank you very much for reaching out. I appreciate it. It seems that if your PS3 is unable to connect to Sony servers, or that if the battery powering its internal clock is dead, also known as a CMOS battery, I have been corrected by an engineer that has worked on repairing PS3s. It is also referred to as a PRAM battery, is the official name. But when you say CMOS, everyone in tech, they know what CMOS is. Or has a low charge, you won't be able to access any of your digital PS3 games. According to my own tests, this is true, and we will get into those. At best, some digital purchases may revert to trials, which was a little used feature that allowed you to play a game for up to an hour and save your progress and trophy over to a purchase of a aforementioned game. Yes, PS3 had a trials features, try it before you buy it, but it had a timer on there. Each of these digital titles have a built-in timer. So if you're PlayStation Plus, it may say something like, you have 60 some odd days left on this game before it expires because your PS Plus account lapsed. However, in my own experience, when I install digital titles that I fully bought, I fully purchased it, no PlayStation Plus, my PS3 FAT has a dead CMOS battery, dead PRAM battery in it. And if it is not connected to the internet, and since that CMOS battery is dead, it has no way of keeping internal time, I cannot access my games that I legally purchased. No modifications done to this device. So, concerned about this, I decided enough with these rumors. Let's go to the source. I went to @AskPlayStation. This is their official support Twitter account. They are active for, I think, 12 hours a day, Pacific Standard Time. And I reached out to them during this, and I've been reaching out to them, and I've been ghosted. I'm not trying to do any gotcha moments here, Sony. I just want an official response, so I am better at explaining this potential issue to the people who are watching this video. I'm not trying to deceive anyone or cause any alarm. That's the opposite. In fact, What I want Sony to do is to prove me wrong and say, no, we're going to keep the servers up, or you are going to be able to access your digital content even in the scenario when your CMOS battery dies. That's what I'm looking for. Anyway, so I reached out to them. It's a Twitter thread. You can look this up. It's on my Twitter. It's on this article. I said, at Ask PlayStation, hello, I'm a concerned owner of a PS3, PSP, and PS Vita who owns a large library of digital titles. I want to know what Sony will do to allow me to access my digital titles when my devices can no longer connect to Sony servers to authenticate the time, okay? And this is not even mentioning PS4, which we will get into, but just from my own experience of having a PS3 with a dead CMOS, if I disconnect it from the internet, I cannot even launch PlayStation 1, PS2, or legally purchased PS3 titles. Okay, so that's a problem. I can still run discs. Okay, so for you physical people out there, discs will still run even if your CMOS battery is dead. I have confirmed this. And then I posted a video clip here, which we can play. I'll kind of explain what's going on here. As it stands, my PS3 has a dead PRAM CMOS battery. When disconnected from the internet and changing the date, I'm not allowed to launch any of my purchased digital content. Here's a video clip demonstrating this issue. This problem will affect millions of PS3 owners. So, here's the scenario. We can assume that every PS3 system out there, their CMOS, their PRAM, is going to die sometime. It's inevitable. Yes, you can replace it. There are videos out there on how to replace it. But the problem is, if Sony does not allow you to connect to their servers to validate the time, you are locked out of your digital games, okay? So if the CMOS is dead and we are existing in a time where Sony doesn't allow you to connect to the servers, you're done. Doesn't even matter if it's changed, okay? That much is true. So this is what they say. This issue was brought to light by YouTuber Hikikomori Media, who provided proof of the issue in the tweet above. And I will also provide further proof in an upcoming video. Although it's relatively easy to replace your CMOS, when Sony decides to take down its PS3 servers, reactivating your PS3 to play games still poses a massive challenge. Yes, there are... your account, your PlayStation Network account, allows you to have a certain amount of active devices, okay? So active PSPs registered to your name, PS3s, PS4s, PS5s. This is all to keep your content that you paid for under your umbrella. So you can't really be sharing your account with other people, which prevents piracy of content, okay? So when I got new PS3s, I would have to deactivate my old PS3s and activate my new systems. That happens every time whenever you sign into PSN under a new device. It may ask you to deactivate another one under that account. So that's our scenario here. Doomsday, your PS3 dies, your CMOS dies, you have to get another PS3. You can't connect to the servers. What happens to your content? That is something Sony will have to answer. Let's see. I want to know what Sony will do to allow access to my digital titles when my devices can no longer connect to Sony servers to authenticate the time, the user tweeted. That's me. These findings come at a time when Sony's policies regarding video game preservation are under fire, and they are. They follow a report, The Gamer. They initiated this whole rumor. Nothing's been verified, okay? Just want to clarify that. Kotaku, Destructoid, and Polygon have all reached out to Sony on their own to do their due diligence as journalists, and Sony has not replied. So, yes, still a rumor. The Gamer stated that the PS3, PSP, PS Vita storefronts will be permanently shuttered, okay, this summer. All of this has the gaming community wondering what to expect from when Sony eventually shuts down the PS3's digital dependencies. Sony's poor design choices could result in millions of PS3s serving as e-waste. I love how they put that in the article. More so with the PS3 selling 87.4 million units lifetime to date. For reference, the PS4 has sold 114.9 million, and that too has been plagued by equally poor DRM choices. This is where the new bombshell comes, and I've been speaking with engineers that have been testing this out because this is still theoretical, but what happens when your PlayStation 4's PRAM CMOS battery dies and you can no longer connect to Sony servers? And this could happen in the future. The PS4 probably has a longer lifespan, but what's going to happen when that dies? And this is what they say. Big, bold, red headline. PS4's DRM is much worse. It kills physical game purchases. That's right. Did not stutter. This is what the theories and the experiments are finding out right now. PS4 owners have it worse, as IGN India reported earlier this week. If Sony decides to take down its servers, you could also lose access to your physical game library. According to trusted hacker Lance McDonald, this is because trophies on the PS4 need the console's internal clock to work correctly, so as to prevent users to change the date and time values and exploit the PS4's trophy system. Let me break that down. I've spoken to a few engineers today about this issue. Like, what is the big... Why can't I launch a physical game disc when the PRAM CMOS dies? Well, Sony has like an anti-cheat measure in place in the kernel that activates the trophy. So like when you are playing a game offline and you get some rare trophy or whatever, your PS4 is logging that. But inside the internal CMOS, it has to match the time. And I believe because this mismatch happens, it prevents any games from launching, so you can't load up, I don't know, a custom firmware or some sort of cheating device, unlock trophies, and then report those trophies back to Sony servers. So it locks you out, theoretically, locks you out of your games until you connect your device to Sony servers to authenticate the time, validate your trophies, and so on and so forth, okay? All this is theoretical. Sony needs to respond to it, though. His tweet regarding this was in response to Does It Play, an account dedicated to video game preservation. Go follow them. They are the ones I've been talking to. They're great. The account stated that when the PS4 CMOS battery dies, and it will, it renders all PS4 digital files unusable without a server reconnection, and in PS4, it also kills disc playback. I haven't been able to test this myself because my PS4 CMOS is still working. Both of them, I have two. But that is something that we need to know way before that happens. So there's Lance's tweet right there, details everything. Does It Play said, everyone should be worrying about a non-existent de novo problem when what they should be worrying about is this. It's called the error CE 34878-0. When the PS4 CMOS battery dies, and it will, it renders the PS4 digital files unusable without server reconnection. So yes, reiterating that point. Although it is relatively easy to replace the CMOS, when Sony decides to take down its PS4 servers, reactivating your PS4 to play games still poses a massive challenge. CMOS can only have its time fixed by PSN or hacks, says Does It Play to IGN India. The fact that it kills discs is lunacy. So yes, as I said before, our potential solutions, changing the CMOS doesn't do a lot of good when Sony servers are down or prevent any sort of connection via PS3, Vita, PSP, or PS4. If you cannot connect to the servers to validate the time, your licenses, your trophies, all that good stuff, that poses a potential huge issue that affects millions of users. All right. Sony, they've reached out to Sony, like I have, like everyone else in here has tried to do, all the other outlets have tried to do. They have not responded. Now, there are people speculating right now that Sony might not give a public response to this and then quietly firmware patch this problem away, which is fine. I'm okay with this. If they come out with a solution to where they close down the stores but allow you to still download your content and activate your content despite no servers, no CMOS, no internet, then that's good. People can still back up their content, okay? But the PS4 disc problem, if true, is catastrophic, inexcusable, and if Sony is, I don't know, trying to fight piracy, it will make the biggest case for piracy that we've ever seen. Anyways, guys, this is Hikiko. This was a short and dirty video. I will have more on how to back up your games and showing off what issues I've had having a PS3 with a dead CMOS. Please check out my system videos. I've got a whole link to everything, the developing story, and all my system-based videos. Please go check those out. Subscribe to the channel. Comment down below. Ask me any questions. I will get in touch with these people that are closer to these experiments, and I'll try and get you a response as soon as possible. Have a good day.